So this is headed right toward the community of Kipton, maybe even into Oberlin. Now you're starting to get into some more populated areas of northern Ohio, which is not what we want to see. Wakeman, you've got the hail and the heavy rain, no tornado for you. But I'm concerned now as this thing moves this way, right up toward Camden, Kipton, and eventually into the community of Oberlin, Oberlin College. You got kids at Oberlin College? Text them right now. Turn on News 5. Turn on News 5. We're going to be here for you. Let's move this over a little bit. You got Pittsfield here. That's also in the way of this storm system. So now we're talking about Lorain County. Let's start in Lorain County, getting fixated on finding our safe spot, just in case. This is a slow mover. It's only moving north and east at 15 miles per hour. But still, here it is. So that hook is there. This storm has had this hook on the radar for 25 minutes. So we know this storm is spinning. We continue to check our velocity, and there's red away, green toward. It's broadened out a little bit, which would be good news. It's still a little connection here, but that's even better. That's not as pronounced as it was. So that's better. Let's check out our shear rate. So, now that's not what I want to see. This spin has increased in the last 5 minutes drastically right here. Drastically right here. I want to zoom in on that. So our tornado warning continues until 8:30 for Lorain County and extreme eastern Huron County. So this is where the spin has increased the most in the last 5 minutes. So we can tell that the storm is twisting even faster and getting tighter and tighter. So that's not what we want to see there. Let's check out the correlation coefficient, see if we've got any debris. Not seeing any. That's better news. That's better news, because if it were on the ground chewing things up, eating things up, it'd be shooting debris up into the sky and the radar would pick it up and we'd get a bullseye, a little circle, something that looks like this, all right? Something that looks like that, we'd get it right there, and we're not seeing that. So I feel better about it. Let's zoom on down here. I'm not seeing any debris signature at this time, right here. Here's your hook, beginning to close up a little bit. It's beginning to wrap in on itself. Look at this. So now you got a rain-wrapped circulation, which is even worse. It's nighttime, and now you got a rain-wrapped potential tornado. Okay? Not good. You can't see it coming. That's my point. You can't see it coming. This is County Highway 11. This is Butler Road North. It's going to be crossing that here in the next, I would say, 60 seconds to a minute and a half. So right there, this is Wakeman, all right, this is Camden, and this is Kipton, right up here in Lorain County. So now we're getting into Lorain County. You got Betts Road in that area there, County Highway 11 that moves into Camden. You've got a circulation right in here that's beginning to rain wrap itself. Even if it's not on the ground, it's still very, very dangerous. Checking our velocity, still seeing red away, green toward, but again, it's a broader circulation now. I don't see that bright green next to bright red anymore, which is good news. Same here, you got a spin, but the green is a little farther away, which I'm hoping means this thing is weakening. But look at that. Again, this is how much the spin has increased between scans. 5 minutes ago to now, the spin has increased drastically right here as it moves over Butler Road, County Highway 11. So when I see the increase in spin, that doesn't make me happy. Back to reflectivity. And again, here's your center of your circulation right there. If there's a tornado, it's right in this vicinity, right in here, beginning to rain wrap itself. So everybody needs to be in their safe spot. Wakeman, you don't have a tornado issue. We just moved it. See, this is moving quickly. Now, what's happening here? Well, we're beginning to see this thing close in on itself. So maybe we're going to see this thing fade away and dissipate. That would be really awesome, wouldn't it? All right, let's keep this in motion. Let's back it up and bring everybody up to date with what's going on. Tornado warning in effect for eastern Huron County and portions of Lorain County until 8:30 because of this thing. Has that hook on it, but now that hook is beginning to just kind of dissipate. Now we've got some other storms back to the south that may be stealing some of the energy, and you've got some rain showers out ahead of it that may be interrupting the inflow to this little hook there. And that's good news because that would mean that the system's dissipating, that the twist itself is beginning to fade away. And we have no reports of any touchdowns. I don't have any reports as of now. I'm going to ask my newsroom to keep checking on this. Any reports of funnel clouds or wall clouds spotted? They should appear here because I have the eyeball turned on. The LSR should pop. If there is some sort of observation, that should appear on the screen, and you and I will see it together. But still, the tornado warning is in effect until 8:30. It's now 7:58. We got another 30 minutes. I don't think we're going to need 30 minutes. But now this hook is beginning to get kind of reinvested into the storm itself. It's beginning to weaken. Now we got another little indentation back here near Clarksfield, but that may be how the storm behind it is beginning to push in and interrupt the flow. And, storms do best when they're all by themselves and they have nothing to interrupt their meal, which is the warm, moist air and the inflow. If they're all by themselves and they have free access to all the good juice in the air and all the humidity and all the dynamics, then they're the biggest, meanest, strongest storms. But as soon as you get a couple storms around them that are competing with them, that are trying to take away that moisture, then things interrupt each other and you begin to see some weakening. And that's what I hope we're seeing right here as it moves up into Kipton. But still, if you're in Kipton now, you're in your safe spot. If you're in Camden now, you're in your safe spot because this thing is moving right up over Kipton here in the next 5 minutes. Now we're in Lorain County. And next would be Oberlin. Next is Oberlin College. All right, so you got Kipton, you got Oberlin right in the path of this hook. It has shown signs of weakening, which we like, but still there's a tornado warning out, and we take this very, very seriously because Mother Nature is certainly in charge. We'll check our velocity. Let's stop this. Okay, let's bring it on up. Boom, you can see all the storms here. These are strong thunderstorms, Berlinville into Schindlock, Huron, all the way up toward the shoreline here behind. I can bring this down for you. You can see Lorain getting some heavy rain, Vermilion, Amherst, Whiskeyville, Sheffield, you got some lighter rains. Avon, you got some sprinkles here. Those are non-severe, but this would be the area of concern right there. Let's draw, just draw around it. Oh, come on. It's me and my thumbs are not communicating very well. Still not doing it. Come on. Here we go. There we go. See? Just a little gentleness, a little happy cloud. There it is. So whatever is left of the hook is right in here. We'll continue to watch our velocity. So there is some green, some red. So right in here, this is Wakeman Belden Road. And again, that's headed toward Camden. This might be a little bit south of Kipton now, which is fine. But Kipton, I still want you in your safe spot. So here would be our couplet right in here, right in this general area. So it's moving this way. So Kipton to Camden, right in that area there, you're under the gun. Be in your safe spot. Let's check out our shear. Okay, we don't see that bright red anymore, but there's still some spin right here. There's still some spin. We're still seeing the spin right in that general area. Let's check for debris. Okay. Well, let's go back to our storm relative velocity, find our couplet, and we'll draw let's draw around it. So our spin's going to be somewhere in here, okay? Now let's check for our debris. All right, if we had debris, we'd have something like this or this, but it'd be right here, and we don't have it. So that's good news. I don't believe we have a tornado on the ground right now, which is great news, but still, Mother Nature's in charge. She could drop something like that for 30 seconds or a minute, boom, drop it onto the ground and destroy your barn or take your roof off. So if you're in Camden, Kipton, boom, you're in your safe spot. All right? I'll let you know when it's okay. Now, let's widen out our view. Farther north toward Birmingham, you're fine, even though you're technically, in that tornado warning, you're okay. Wakeman, you're okay too. You're out of any area of concern for a tornado. That would be right in here. And you can see we've lost that really strong hook echo. We've lost it. It is now really dissipated. And again, we can show you the evolution very, very quickly here. Tornado warning still in effect until 8:30 for eastern. It's now into Lorain County. So we can sound the all clear for Huron County now. We can cut this back. The Weather Service will too. But here's Lorain County. So it's now moving into Lorain County. That's where the spin is. And We got another little something trying to develop here near Kipton. So we may have two competing, this spin fading and this spin trying to develop, which often happens. So you may have this one fade away, and you may have this one take over and form another hook. Stay tuned. Radar meteorology is fascinating. Mother Nature is incredible. Let's get rid of this guy. Boom. So there's your reflectivity. What I want to do is I'll put it into motion for you now. I'm going to show you the hook. Look at that hook spinning up out of Olena. I mean, watch that hook. Look at that thing. You can see the track right up over Clarksfield. That, when you look at that on radar, your ears perk up, your hair stands on end, and you go, oh my gosh. And if you join me on Facebook Live, we've been on Facebook Live for quite a while. We've been tracking this storm, and we've been talking about the tornado possible tag when the severe thunderstorm warning was originally issued. And then we saw this new hook develop and really begin to tighten up and spin, and then the tornado warning was issued. We were not surprised. If you join me on Facebook, we were not surprised. Mark J. Weather on Facebook. We've been tracking it. Storm relative velocity, shear. Seeing this kind of fading out, which is great news. Still have that tornado warning, and we're going to hang out until that tornado warning goes away. So let's stop that. We showed you the evolution. And yes, we've got storms all around. Much needed rainfall here. We have needed this rain for weeks. Now we're getting it. Some of you in the Akron-Canton area saw upwards of 2 inches of rain from this morning, and then you dried out, but that's fine. Now folks farther to the north are sharing in on the act. These storms are producing tremendous amounts of rain. Berlinville, Shinrock, up toward Huron, Bogart. You're talking toward the islands as well. Here's Kipton. Watch that. Oop. There we got a little hook near Kipton. And the Camden hook is pretty much fading out. So we need to get back in there and check and see what's going on. So let's do that. And I'm going to make it wide enough so that we can see Kipton and Camden. I want everyone in Kipton and Camden in their safe spot. Okay? We're going to analyze on the fly. So where's our couplet? Well, it's very broad. All right? It's a very broad circulation. So you got wind going this way here, and then you got wind coming around this way here, okay? Got something going on in there, but that's not the location I want it to be. If there was a little spin, it should be here, and I really don't see a lot going on there. So that's good news. That's good news. Not ready to sound the all clear yet because these things intensify in a hurry. Same story here on a storm relative velocity. The storm relative means if the storm were standing still, what would the wind speeds be? So you got a lot of wind coming this way, okay? I like drawing. Got a lot of winds coming this way. Oops, I hit the wrong button. So sorry. Boom. That's the one. So Kipton, you got winds blowing this way, and you've got slight winds coming up from this side as well. But there's no real clear, tight spin showing up on the radar right now, which is fine, which is what we want. We don't want any major spins going on. We don't want tornadoes. It's late September, right? So I'm not seeing any major areas here that are standing out as far as velocity goes. But look at all that. This is a mess. You got all these thunderstorms. And really what I think is happening now is we're beginning to see all of these thunderstorms bumping into each other. They're bumping into each other. They're competing for energy. They're elbowing each other out, saying, I want that humid air, and I want that optimal wind to come into me, but no. Everyone's got to share. And thunderstorms, big thunderstorms don't like to share. And if they get bumped, they tend to weaken. Right in here. So right over Kipton, we're still seeing a little indentation this way with a little inflow there. Here's what I think is left of the old spin and the old hook there. That's really it as it slides toward the north and east. But Kipton's still in your safe spot, okay? Oberlin, I still want you in your safe spot. I really do. I really want you in your safe spot now. Let's widen this out. Boop. There we go. There we go. So here's your tornado warning. You can see it out here, but I'm telling you, I think Huron County, you're okay because the spin that we were concerned about there. Look at this thing. Here it comes again. This one and this one. There's still a little hook here. Indentation there, indentation there. We're watching it. It's trying to redevelop, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's why I told you in Kipton, stay in your safe spot. This thing's trying to regenerate and redevelop. Kipton to Camden. So we had it fade away, but now we're getting another hook here. Another hook. Keep an eye on the velocity. There's some green there, some red there. They're getting closer. Not a lot going on there yet. Shear. Let's see. We got it's weaker shear, but it's still a spin. It's still a spin. No debris, I bet. Wait a second. Hold on. Let's go back. Where's our couplet? This is not what I want to see here. Not what I want to see. If we can find our little couplet, moving up toward Kipton, storm relative velocity, something right in here. Shear, let's see, something right in here, okay? And now where's our debris? This is what I don't want to see right here. This would be a debris signature, but I'm not going to say that's what it is yet at this moment in time, because I think the spin is a little bit farther north. Maybe I'm just being too optimistic. There's your hook, trying to redevelop. Velocity, not quite where I want them to be, close enough, reds and greens. Keeping an eye. My goodness, I don't like seeing that. Tornado warning until 8:30. Come on, come on, come on. Cooperate. Boom, let's go. Get rid of this. All right. I'm not going to fight with it. This is why you're in your safe space in Kipton and Camden. This is why, because Mother Nature's in charge, and if she's producing some debris, that would be what it would be looking like, but I'm not ready to say that's what that is yet, okay? Bear with me on that. I mean, we're analyzing this together on the fly. We're doing it together. But there's another hook echo that's trying to develop right in here. And then when you co-locate it with this is a little bit out ahead of it now. So that makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. The actual hook is over here, and the velocity is back here. We haven't seen that change. That should be coming up and changing very shortly. But this is not uncommon for severe thunderstorms to have a big hook echo on them for several minutes, and then that hook fades away, and you're like, wow, threat over. Not so fast, because here's what we have redeveloping. We've got a new hook echo, a new spin trying to get going. You've got dry air coming this way. You've got the rain showers coming this way. So we've got a spin. Kipton in your safe spot. Oberlin in your safe spot. Camden in your safe spot. Okay? Everybody in their safe spot. Boop. Let's go out. Let's go out. So there's the new hook. The old hook is somewhere up in here and faded out. And again, if this is moving correctly, it's headed up toward Oberlin. You got a few minutes, but everybody at Oberlin, I want you, Oberlin College, I know you follow me on X and on Instagram, and you may have to turn on your severe. Amherst, Avon, you got some lighter rain. Amherst, some heavier rain. These are non-severe. Pardon me. Wakeman, you're out of the woods, and you notice they cut back the tornado warning polygon to Lorain County. So it's just basically Lorain County now that's under the tornado warning. So we're keeping an eye, new hook developing. You'll get one hook, it's like a hurricane. It's called an eye wall cycle. You'll have that big old eye wall, a Cat 5. Then the eye wall just fades and another eye wall forms outside and takes its place and comes in. It's called an eye wall cycle. Well, tornadoes sometimes go through cycles as well. Well, you'll have one lonely supercell that produces one tornado or one funnel cloud or one wall cloud. That fades, but then it regenerates and forms another one. So here it is right here, again, right over Kipton. That's why I said stay in your safe spot. It's right over Kipton right now. Right over Kipton. I want to put it into motion here. We'll show you the evolution. So there it comes. That nice big old hook echo down around Clarksfield. No reports of damage yet. Thank you, Rob. No reports of damage. And then this kind of comes up and fades away and then regenerates. Kind of regenerates, but it's still there. So we still have that tornado warning till 8:30, and right now it's 8:12, so we got a couple minutes, a little more than 15 minutes left on this thing. We'll see what happens. But that's it. That's where it is. Now, what I do want to do is I want to widen out our view a little bit and make sure we're not missing anything anywhere else. So those showers that were up in Geauga County have completely faded away. We are still dry in downtown Cleveland. Hey, Rob, what's the score of the Guardians game? The Guardians are still dry, okay? They're still dry. So here is the tornado warned storm, and it's moving toward the north and east. It's moving slowly, 15 to 20 miles an hour. So it's not going anywhere fast, but it's over Lorain County. That's the main threat. And you notice Cuyahoga County, there's barely a drop. Maybe over here into Bay Village, you got a couple of light rain showers. Let's get rid of that. You've got also severe thunderstorms over to our west, Toledo to Ballville. Just moving into the News 5 viewing area now, but those are showing signs that they're fading away. And of course, they're trying to move in to an area that's already been soaked. So all of these storms here have stolen the energy out of this area right here. So these storms, as they move farther east into this stable air, Sandusky to Norwalk, these things are really going to fade out. They should anyway. They should fade out. So we'll wait and see. This is the leading edge, and this is the one that's really fighting to stay alive. It really wants, it's the big engine that could, if you will. Come on, come on. There we go. All right, zoom on in. I'm fighting with this hand tracker technology today. Don't know why. It's just the day, I think. So here it is. There's Kipton. Stay in your safe spot. We'll be able to sound the all clear in just a minute. You are all clear in Wakeman. You're all clear in Florence. You're all clear in Clarksfield. Right now, it's right over Kipton, the circulation. That would be it right in here. Redeveloped Hook Echo. Oberlin, it's going to come close to you. So I really want folks in Oberlin. Again, Oberlin College, you got kids there, make sure they know. Get them in their safe spot. And then from there, if it stays, it's up toward LaPorte or Elyria, if this thing holds on. But my hunch is, as the sun is going down, we're losing some of that energy. So we're going to see this thing fade out. But there it is, a strong signature of at least a wall cloud, probably a funnel cloud, and maybe even a tornado. But I've kept watch. You've been with me as we've tracked this thing live. We've looked for debris, and I don't think we've seen any. I don't think we've seen any, which is good. If you remember the tornadoes that occurred, just a few weeks back, there was strong evidence of debris from those tornadoes, so we knew that they were on the ground and producing debris. So what we need to do is we need to check on the latest. So here it is. I think we zoom on in. I can stay wide first. We can check velocity now. Let's check the velocity. If there is a spin, again, you can see the green, you can see the red, and it's trying to wrap right up in here. And that's where we'd expect it to, okay? That's where we would expect it to. Let's get in closer. Let's get in closer. Come on, come on. It doesn't like it because my hand is going behind me, and that's the problem, see? That's the problem, folks. It's the operator. So there is a little couplet right in here. You can see the green touching the red. Oop, it's starting to strengthen a little bit. So this thing's getting stronger. It's getting stronger again. So there it is. It's moving over Gifford Road. This is in Lorain County. This is near Kipton. You've got Lorain County, County Highway 51. You've got Vermilion Road right here, and this is where you have your circulation. Let's check our storm relative velocity. Not a strong signature, but it's there. You have red this way, you have green this way. It's right in here. Check our shear. Ooh, there it is. I told you, it's strengthening again. Look at this. Remember, we didn't have the red blob? Now it's back. So this tells us that over the last 5 minutes, from scan to scan, this is the area that's seen the most increase in spin. So right there, one more thing, check your correlation coefficient. I'm not seeing any bright blob right here. That's good news. It tells me we don't have anything on the ground. Not that it's not trying. Not that it's not trying. And I don't want you to come out of your safe spot yet. Don't want you to come out of your safe spot. There's some hail there. I think the hail is falling out. This purple color would be hail. I think that's falling out. Safe to say. Let's widen out our view. So Kipton's here. You got some hail to the north. And again, your spin would be right. It's right over Gifford Road, County Road 51. So the spin is now here. So it's now out of Kipton. Kipton, I think it's safe. You can come out of your safe spot now. Camden, you're okay. Come out of your safe spot. And now we focus on Oberlin. Now we focus on Oberlin because this thing right here is moving right up toward Oberlin. So everybody in Oberlin, where are you? Safe spot. Turn up the TV. Or if you have us on your device, turn it up. You may want to go on satellite in case you lose power. Hopefully you don't. Here's where the spin would be located. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. I'm getting in the way of myself again. See? There's your hook right in there. It has increased again. This is what we've seen from this storm at least 3 times. We've seen it form hook echoes. They fade, another hook echo, and then it eventually fades and we get another one. So this would be the location right there. You got some hail to the north, as I mentioned, but that's trying to fall out. I'm trying to find signs that this thing is going to weaken and fade. So far, not yet. Velocity, still a little connection there. Storm relative, if the storm were standing still, what would the wind speeds be? A lot of wind coming this way, not so much coming that way. But still, there is a connection right in here. Moving up toward Oberlin. Shear, again, we keep seeing that red. That red right there. That's where we've intensified our spin. So that's moving right up. Maybe it'll cross just to the north of Oberlin. We'll have to wait and see what Mother Nature decides. But Kipton, you're okay now. Camden, you're okay. Birmingham, you're good. Come out of the basement. Wakeman, fine. Florence, thumbs up for you. Okay? Thumbs up for you. Here's reflectivity again. There's that hook. Keeps on going. Look at it. It gets more and more pronounced. This is the dry air that's coming in. So again, it wants to pick up the dry, moist air from here and bring it on in. And then this is the rear flank downdraft that comes around this way. So you've got the spin. If it's strong enough, there's where you have the spin. And the movement is toward the north and east. Now, this may avoid Oberlin, which would be okay, but we're still precautioning Oberlin. It's coming, it's going to be very, very close to you. We're still sounding the alarm for you. I want everybody in their safe spot. Boom. Let's see where it's going. Track this. Yeah. So this thing looks like it's going to travel just to the north of Oberlin now. It looks like it's curving farther north and east, which is fine. These new hooks develop, and they develop in slightly different spots. Slightly different spots. I'm going to grab a quick little drink of water. My mouth is very dry, sorry. Thank you, Karen and Rob Powers, for that. Latest scan, okay, what's happening to the hook? It's kind of retracting again. Okay, here's what we see. Here's what we see farther south. We see some rain showers coming in. Look at all this, whoop, come on. Look at all this rain back here. See, this rain is coming in, it's precipitating. There's no clear path into the storm anymore for all this warm, moist air here. It wants to get up into the storm and make it stronger and make the spin greater, but now it's got rain in its way. So this storm may be having a little more trouble as it slides north and east. Elyria, Oberlin, that area there. Still a tornado warning out until 8:30, and right now we got 9 minutes to go. And my hunch is if this keeps going the way it is, they probably will not extend this tornado warning. Because what I see here is I see the hail, but I also see the hail weakening and falling out of the storm. There's still some hail there, but it was a lot stronger around Wakeman. There was severe hail down around Clarksfield. You know, they had 1-inch hail reported down there. And right now, you just see one layer of purple. So we've got some smaller hail in this thing now. That's a good sign. If I turn on the lightning, let's check. There's a sure sign of a weakening storm if we turn on the lightning. Let's see. Look at all the lightning when this storm is down around Wakeman and Clarksfield. Now, look at the fewer lightning strikes. That's a very good sign that the storm is weakening and beginning to fade. So it's losing some steam. We can credit these showers down to the south kind of blocking off the juicy air, the fuel for this storm. We can also credit some of these storms around it trying to compete and bumping into this big severe cell. These other storms are bumping in and they're pushing each other and they're jockeying for position, and that hurts one individual storm. The strongest storms, the worst tornadoes, are storms that are literally supercells all by themselves. Not to say squall lines can't be huge, they can be, but in this environment, the supercell all by itself is the one that's going to pack the most punch. So we're seeing less and less lightning, great sign, storm is weakening. And our hook echo is once again, it didn't last nearly as long as the other one did. Let's stop this and just go still on this. So where's the hook now? It's getting interrupted. It's getting interrupted. Okay? Getting interrupted. You've got these newly developed showers now around Oberlin. If there is a hook, it's right in here. We can check on the velocity. Let's bring that down a little bit. Velocities. You've got red, The brightest reds and the brightest greens are far away from each other. So it's no longer this super tight rotation. It's now a broader rotation. We call it a mesocyclone. It's basically the whole storm itself spinning around. So it's now a mesocyclone. Let's check our storm relative velocity. We're going to see the same thing. You got some stronger winds this way, but the strongest winds blowing this way are far away. They're not coupled together. Check our shear. I still have a little red. So we still have some turbulence here and spin. Correlation coefficient, we want to see if there's debris. I do not see any debris. I like that. I really like that. I don't want to see debris. I really don't. Back to reflectivity. Severe thunderstorm warning expired. Well, it was replaced by a tornado warning, and now we still have the tornado warning until, get another 5 minutes for this tornado warning. And since we've seen the hooks so frequently, I'm not going to sound the all clear yet. I really am not. You know me, I'm not going to belabor this if I don't think it's worth it. I'm not going to hang out with you and take up all your time. But because this storm has a history of producing these hooks, one after the other, we're just going to hang out until the warning is allowed to expire, or if they issue a new warning, we'll wait and see. But right now, I don't see any reason that they would. The location of the hook is right in there, but again, it's being interrupted by some other, rain showers that are developing out ahead of it. You've got this cluster here, which stands a better chance. This little section, you got a little indentation there, you got a little one here, but that's not really showing any signs of anything serious right in here. I'm not seeing that. Not seeing that. Again, there's your main rotation. You can clearly see it there, but now it's a broad rotation. It's not real tight. It's not real tight like in here. It's now a broad rotation that's going this way. It's a mesocyclone. So that is good news. Waiting and seeing. There's nothing really up here that I'm concerned about. So it's moved a little bit. It's moved a little bit. This is just a mess. It's just messy now. That's all it is. If I were at home, my wife would say, clean that up. You spilled something. Honey, it's the radar. It's like a really bad, ink. What do they call those psychological tests that I fail every time? The Rorschach test where I do really bad paintings. That's what that looks like to me. Thank you, control room. Rorschach test. So there it is. So we're feeling better about this right now. Henrietta, you're fine. Oberlin, I actually think you're okay too. I think you can come out of your safe spot now. We're going to sound the all clear for Oberlin. We got some, little indentations here, but this is a newly developed area of rain. I don't think this is part of that main storm. It's feeding into it, but it's also blocking it. It's blocking it. It's the offensive line. The real juicy air is down here, and it wants to get into the storm, but this is blocking it out. It's a, offensive line, if you will. Okay, it's moved again. Oh, we got another little hook out here. Boom. See? Hey, Mother Nature finds a way. I'm not concerned yet. Not concerned yet. I think this warning is going to be allowed to expire. I really do. It's just pretty messy, and now you got a lot of rain out ahead of it that's really going to slow this thing down from developing any further as far as severe weather goes. We will wait and see, but by my educated guessing here, I am not seeing anything that causes me great concern that there is a tornado right now on the ground. So there's your rotation, your broad rotation. You can see it coming up. You can see the reds and the greens. That's the area of concern. And the brightest greens are way away from the brightest reds. You want those together if you want a tornado. And I don't want a tornado. But I want that bright green and that bright red together. And that's how I know we got a problem. Right now they're separated by several miles, so it's a broader, this thing's weakening. I like it. Storm relative velocity. Same thing. You can see the broad area of spin moving north and east here. It's clear to see it. There's nothing that's tight as far as green and red together. Shear, yeah, that's still been there. This is actually, you know what this is doing? This is actually forming a straight line wind event now. You see how this red area has broadened and the green area too is broadening out? This is forming a little bow echo sliding this way and curling around. So if there is any type of wind going on, this is most likely straight line wind right here. So it's pushing up this way, pushing up through Oberlin like that. It's more of a straight line wind event here. Okay, does that make sense? Karen, does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, thank you very much. So there it is. So I think this is more of a It's beginning to evolve into a straight line wind event like this. It's going to be pushing like this, okay? So your wind speeds will be boom. You'll get some 40, 50 mile an hour gusts in there, okay? My drawing's bad too. I'm just having the day, huh? What? Come on, stop. This is like my dog listening to me when I call them. Stop. No, it just keeps on running. There it is. Get rid of that. Come on, get rid of it. I don't want to see that anymore. All right, I'm not fighting with you. Canceling that out. Boom. There it is. So I think that's what we're seeing right here, folks. I really do. Bring back reflectivity. We're just seeing some winds coming in like this. I'm not seeing anything I'm super worried about. I'm going to go in and check this real quick. It's 8:29. We got 1 minute left for this tornado warning. Let's go in. See the bright green here? Okay, bright green. So you've got this wind here coming in like that, and you've got this wind up here. I mean, you do see them touching right up in this area here, but the strongest winds are not touching. They really are. The strongest winds are down here, and the strongest winds are up here. So I call that a mesocyclone, in my opinion. My opinion? What are we getting down here? Famous last words. See, again, Mother Nature is always in charge. We always make sure that we check with Mother Nature first. See a couple of different pixels in there. Tornado warning still in effect. We're almost to the 8:30. Just expired. Okay, they just reissued the tornado warning for Cuyahoga County until 9:15. So they're not convinced this thing is done either. So we got 45 minutes. Hopefully we don't need it that long, but we're going to hang out. We're going to hang out with you. Whoop. Let's flip it back up, get the brand new tornado warning here. Okay, there it is. It does include still parts of Lorain County, and now it goes into Cuyahoga County until 9:15. There it is. So what part of our city and our county is under the tornado warning? Bay Village, Westlake, North Olmsted, all the way into Lakewood. It does not include Olmsted Fall. It doesn't include Brook Park or Berea. Doesn't include downtown Cleveland or Brooklyn. It shows this thing riding this way and missing downtown. Now, I do believe that this is rain right here near Berea, and that's going to slide into downtown Cleveland. Will they be able to play ball? I don't know what inning they're in yet. I mean, it's 8:30. They started at 6:40. They may be in the 5th or 6th inning already. It may be an official game. Maybe an official game, which would be fine. So there's your new tornado warning until 9:15. It does include western Cuyahoga County, and it does still include portions of Lorain County. And again, this is a messy complex of storms, but we have had strong signatures on the radar of hook echoes. We just got to find them now. Okay, so we still have this area of spin here. It's trying to tighten up a little bit. Trying to tighten up. Yeah, it's trying to tighten up. Right in here. If there is a problem with a tornado, it's going to be right in this area here. Right there. Shear. Yeah, there it is again. There it is again. You see Mother Nature's in charge. She's wrapped that shear right back around and started it in a new spot. Started it in a new spot. She really wants this thing to produce something at ground level. She really does. Mother Nature does. Let's see. First of all, we got to find our velocity couplet. We got to draw a little circle around that before we can do anything further. So let's do this. And again, it's trying to spin right in here. Okay, it's trying to spin right in there. So if we're going to find any type of correlation coefficient, any debris would be right in here. I don't see any debris. I really don't. Don't see any debris there. That's great. I don't want to see debris. I really don't. There's your spin. How much has your spin increased in the last 5 minutes? It's increased the most right in there. Increased the most right in there. So I would say Whiskeyville to Oberlin. I think Oberlin, you're fine. So now we're farther north. We're toward Whiskeyville. And this thing is traveling north and east. So now it's kind of this way. So I think it avoids Elyria and it heads up towards Sheffield and Avon. Right in here. Just to the north of Elyria, travels in towards Sheffield and then right up over Avon. So that's where we're going to target. All right, we're going to target it this way. Boom, like that. Let's see if we can put a little bead on this. This is what I want to do. All right. Here's what I'm gonna put the spin right here, and we're gonna go, it's traveling at about 18 miles per hour. So this is where we go in the next little while. So Elyria at 8:53, and it's not until 9:02 that we're into Sheffield. I mean, it's literally 29 minutes from now. It's 8:33, so this thing is not moving quickly. That's the spin itself. Of course, Sheffield and Elyria, you're getting heavy rain already. Avon, you're getting rain already, and you're going to get heavier rain before this arrival time. But if this spin stays intact the way it is here, and it's moving slowly, it's going to be 8:53 in Elyria, Sheffield at 9:02. Okay, let's get rid of that. Boom. Got to touch this button. There it is. So our tornado warning, Cuyahoga and Lorain County until 9:15. 9:15. Bring it on in here. Boom. All right. So we just had that move. You can see there's a lot going on right in here between Whiskeyville and Oberlin, sliding up towards Sheffield and Elyria. Here's what it looks like on the radar, the velocity. It's messy. It is messy. So we've got a lot of wind right in here, Whiskeyville to Oberlin, right in here. So if there is a hook, you could technically say there's what looks like a hook right in here. It's a little spin in there. If we go in closer, I do want to get a little bit closer here. Let's do that, okay? Let's bring that on in. Now let's check velocities, our wind speeds. Well, look at this. It's moved way up and out. Storm relative velocity. I just see some straight line winds punching in this way. Not to say there couldn't be a spin right in here, but what I see here is I see like that. I see this wind back here punching in. This wind is wrapping in around this way, but then we get this little punch of air like that. So it's trying to become a straight line wind event. It's kind of a hybrid right now, shear. So there's that punch right there. So Russia Road, I think you got some pretty good strong wind gusts punching in this way. And then of course you got some spin right here. This is County Road 36. County Road 36. Velocity, nothing clear as far as a strong couplet here, but we do know that this storm has been spinning now for a good hour and a half, even longer, so we have to take it seriously right along this boundary here between the red and the green. Anywhere here is where we watch out, especially right here, County Road 36. So right in this area here, that's velocity right there. That would be where I'd have to locate the couplet. Now we just got to change there. But you do see this air trying to punch in. So this is probably straight line winds here. Russia Road punching in this way. If there's a spin, I would put it back right in here. Okay, right back in there. Let's just double check for any hail right there. The hail is really falling out. You got a little bit of hail there, very small, some small hail here. Reflectivity. And what I do want to do is I want to widen out. Let's widen out and put this into motion so everybody can see what's going on where they are. Okay, we'll bring this down a little bit. Actually, I can go out even wider because we have a new storm here in New London. That's a pretty powerful storm there, and that's a rotating thunderstorm right in here. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on this one. See what I mean about storms that like to be all by themselves? A few minutes ago, this one really wasn't a problem. It wasn't here, but it's all by itself. There's nothing to stop the flow of moisture and humidity and strong winds into that. So this thing is going to be a storm we have to keep a very close eye on. It's all by itself. It's got all the juice and fuel it wants. It can do whatever it wants. So you've got showers and thunderstorms all the way back. You've got them into Erie County. You've got Lorain County. You've got a little bit of light rain now into western Cuyahoga County. And of course, you've got new storms out here. Well, these were the severe storms, but now they're beginning to break apart and spin out over the western basin of Lake Erie. And these storms here, as they move into more stable air, probably are going to weaken quite a bit. We'll keep an eye on this one. This one worries me. But here's your tornado warning storm until 8:30. If we do some motion on this, we'll just show you the evolution of these storms as they've come in. And they're moving north and east, 15 to 20 miles per hour. These are not moving very quickly. These storms back here were moving faster, but they're even slowing down. But there's the storm of concern. We do have that tornado warning for a small portion of northwestern Cuyahoga County. Does not include Cleveland, does not include Parma, does not include the airport or Brook Park. It's just a sliver. You got Bay Village, Westlake, Amherst, well, back here. Lorraine, you're in that as well. So that tornado warned storm is moving this way, north and east. And the spin would be right here in the middle, right in there. And watch this one. We've got to keep a real close eye on that one. So we're gonna do that. But we're going to zoom in here quickly. And again, thanks for staying with us, because tornadoes, serious stuff. We've had 70 tornadoes this year in the state of Ohio, record year for tornadoes. Last year we had 58. So we're in a cycle where tornadoes have come back around to Ohio. I can remember 5-6 years ago where we hardly had a tornado at all to worry about, where we had maybe 16 to 20 a year in the entire state for quite a while, and now all of a sudden the cycle has returned where we're seeing more and more tornadoes here, at least for the last couple of years. So here we are, Whiskeyville, Amherst, Elyria, Sheffield. Again, this is really, really messy. So if we're going to go in here and find the spin, you got to get a little bit closer. Got to get a little bit closer. I'd imagine it would be somewhere in here. All right, there's reflectivity, there's velocity. You got your bright greens here, your bright reds up here. There's a little connection there, little connection there. What can help us? Let's see. Well, here we have the reds again. This is where the spin has increased the most in the last 5 minutes. So now we're at Albrecht Road. If there is going to be a weak tornado somewhere, I'm going to circle this area here. I'm going to circle this area here. I'm just going to tell people, if you're there, what's this one? Is that Fowl Road? And that is Bechtel Road and Albrecht Road, County Highway 53. This is in Lorain County. This is Whiskeyville. So it's just to the east of Whiskeyville. Here's Mile and Elyria Road there. So it's right along there. So this is the area. See that pushing north? And it's elongating again. So this tells me we've got a straight line wind event trying to develop. Because look at how long that shear zone is. We got spinning, we got winds coming in this way and trying to punch up. So it's definitely going to be windy here. Now, is there a tornado? That's the interesting part. It's just hard to connect this here. We're trying to find it, and it's just really tough to see if there is anything. There's no real clear couplet, red-green couplet there. So it gets tricky. That's why storm chasers, only the bravest storm chasers chase here, and I know a couple of them, super brave guys, because it is much harder to tornado chase here in northern Ohio than it is down in Oklahoma and Texas. Up here, it's tough. It's super tough. This is all rain-wrapped. It's dark now. If there is any type of weak tornado out there, it's sitting in a bunch of rain. You're never going to see it coming. You're never going to see it coming. Penfield Junction, Sheffield, I want everybody in their safe spot, okay? All right, everybody in their safe spot. Here's Mile and Elyria Road. You've got Telegraph Road right here. You've got County Highway 53, Fowl Road, Bechtel Road there. Everybody in their safe spot right now. If there is a spin, it's going to be somewhere in this area here. Somewhere in this area here, okay? Whiskeyville to Amherst as it slides northeast at about 20 miles per hour velocity. A little bit something there, not much, nothing that would really tell me. Again, you've got your elongated area of spin, which is trying to tell me that we have a straight line wind event trying to evolve. There it is, see that? It's punching up this way. See this? It goes down, boom, like this. It goes down. Let's check out this, make sure we're not seeing. This is hail, we're getting some hail there. Probably some, maybe pea-sized hail still falling out of this. You've got Albrecht Road, you've got Murray Ridge Road, County Highway 53, Telegraph Road, Bechtel Road, Fowl Road. You've heard these roads before. Here's Route 2. All right, here's Interstate 90 and State Route 2 right in there, okay? Farther south, not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any red blobs there either, which would indicate some shear showing up on the Power 5. This is just messy, super messy. Boom. Tornado warning, watch this cell here. Should we go in on this cell real quick? I don't want to ignore our tornado warned storm here, but I want to check this one out. Look at this, look what it's doing. What's that? Everybody shouted at the screen. What is it? We're starting to hook here. I told you this one is all by itself. It's got all the energy it wants. The sun's going down. I think it's already gone down. It's dark outside. I think that helps us. But look, this thing's trying to do the same thing. Hare Fork, Ruggles, New London, right there. You've got a strong thunderstorm. There's no warning on this yet, but the environment is right for these things to start spinning and forming hooks. Let's check the velocity real fast. Look, right in here, Ruggles. Let's check out storm relative velocity. Boom, hit that one. Not a strong couplet, something there. Let's check out our shear. Got a little bit of shear there, spin right there, right where we pinpointed the little hook. Not anything yet, but we're watching it. We're watching it. Boom, right there. Hook echo. You folks in Wayne County, Ashland County, that area there, look out. All right, we'll keep you posted. All right, let's go back up. Let's go back up. Bring this down like this. And should we put it into motion again? Here we go. Let's do this. Whoop. I keep getting in its way. Here it is. I'm going to keep an eye on this storm here, because that's going to be a problem. This is the tornado warned storm, Elyria to Avon, okay? This area here, moving northeast. It's going to avoid downtown Cleveland, but Avon Lake, Elyria, right in the path. Lorraine, it's heavy rain for you. No tornado for you. Okay, just looking. I don't see any area that blows my mind, but right over EL in Elyria, that would be where you'd have some issues there, right in here. Okay, reflectivity again. Let's do some motion on this. You can see the evolution of this storm. Back here, you had a pronounced hook near Wakeman and Clarksfield, and then it moved up, kind of faded a little bit, formed another hook echo, another area of spin, and now it's just really messy. You've got all of this storm together, pulling out. You've got these clusters of cells just that continue to pull north and east out over the water of the lake. Cleveland, you got a sprinkle. I think they're playing ball. Todd, what's the score? Do we know? Do we know what inning? You're a big help, Todd. I'm kidding. That's my good buddy, Todd. He's great. He's got other things to do than to worry about the Guardians. So here we go. Right there. Back here, Catawba Island, Lake Erie Islands, you got some strong thundery cells coming in, okay? Some strong thunderstorms there. And, of course, you've got this one down around New London. Keeping a close eye on that one. I do want to go in. We got to keep an eye because things change so quickly with these storms. Okay, so we're trying to hook out again right in here. This thing still wants to spin. You see that right in there? Get rid of that. So is there another hook here for the fourth time? Yes, right there. Right in there. Velocity. Right in here. Okay? Storm relative. Nothing that I'm excited about as far as warning you about, but you still have this crooked area of spin that continues to just go. And where this red color is, that means it's still going strong. It's increasing in intensity. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Correlation coefficient. Debris? No, none. I would expect to see something like this right underneath a velocity couplet over here. That would tell me there's debris, and that's way out in the middle of nowhere, so that's fine. Okay? That's fine. Rob?
You're going to have to take a quick break. Your batteries are running low on your microphone. My
batteries are running low?
Your IFB, so I'm going to take over. I'm not going to pretend to...
Wait a minute. Let me get the velocity on here for you.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. I'll get the velocity back for you. Wait a minute. You're in my way there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're in my way, buddy.
Trying to help.
You are. You're being a great... Well, see, now you have to step around. There we go. There it is. Okay, it's all you, buddy. You
Go change your batteries.
No, we're changing batteries.
I don't need the clicker. Listen, I'm not going to pretend to be Mark Johnson. I just wanted to let you know what was going on. We know you're missing Dancing with the Stars right now. We're missing it as well. But as long as this warning is up for Lorain and Cuyahoga County, Mark will be on the air, literally keeping people safe. So I'm just going to stand here until his batteries are changed and charged up, and he can come back and tell you all the particulars and exactly what's happening. But it is still going on all the way through what, Mark? Another half hour.
9:15. 9:15. I hope that we would be done. Okay, I got my mic back. Thank you, Rob.
Yep.
Thank you, Rob. Okay, the mic's back on. So again, here's another little hook. This thing just keeps on going. So this is over, is that Ben Avenue, Lowell Street? Now we're into Elyria. So now it's Elyria to Sheffield, right in here. So Elyria, safe spot. Sheffield, in your safe spot. Lowest floor of your home, center hallway or closet, small room, bathroom. into the tub. It's coming at you from the southwest. So what you'd want to do is be on, either in the center of your home, if you don't have a basement, apartment, you go into the center away from the exterior walls and windows, but you'd want to put as many walls between you and the storm as possible. So here's the spin here, and it's coming at you from the south and west. So you would find the northeast corner of your house, and that's as many walls between you and the storm as possible, and that would be a safer bet. So here's the hook. Still some pretty heavy rain moving into Sheffield. Still our tornado warning out until 9:15, and right now it's 9:49. So we got a few more minutes to go. I'm so sorry about Dancing with the Stars, but we've had enough experience over the last 2 years with tornadoes that we take these things seriously. I mean, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. You can send me all the mean tweets you want. You can send me all the mean tweets you want. Here we go. Elyria there, Sheffield, Elyria. So it's moving right up this way. Again, that's route, let me see, my eyes are getting, Route 113. And let's see, we've got East River Road, Gulf Road, you're right in the way, Bell Avenue. You've got Abbey Run, or Abbey Road North, I should say. And you got Interstate 90. So it's between Route 2 and Interstate 90 and the Turnpike. That's where we're seeing the spin. It's moving this way, like that. There it is. It just won't go away. A little bit of a, rotation there, a little bit. Not a huge rotation. We still are seeing the shear. Now it's concentrating right there. Here's where it's concentrating. So if I'm going to draw something, let's draw this, and let's draw this now right in there. Okay, so your velocity, there it is. It's punching up in. Boom, like that. Storm relative. Again, there's your leading edge. There's something happening there. Whether it's tornadic or straight line winds, there's something happening there. And you got the shear. There it is right there. Check for any damage. And I'm really not seeing anything. I'd want to see something like that right in here, and we're not seeing that. Okay, so gives me hope. Gives me hope. That's where the spin is. That's where it is. Let's widen it out. Let's go a little wider. Get rid of that. Boom, like that. And bring it on out. Here it is, moving north and east. Now, Greater Cleveland, downtown, we're still watching the ball game. They're still playing ball, as they should, because all we're getting in downtown Cleveland is a couple of little sprinkles. The severe, what was that? Okay, it's the 8th inning. Guards are up 6-1. So if this game gets, rain on it soon, they're going to just call it. Guards are going to clinch. They're going to clinch a bye in the first round of the playoffs. That's phenomenal. So there's your tornado warning. There's where your hook would be. We're actually seeing the hook fade away again. It's beginning to shrink still. I want to check this storm down to our south here. This New London cell had that little appendage on it. Still pretty strong. No warning out on that one. New London moving up toward Wellington and Pittsfield. This one is still pretty strong. And look what's coming in behind it. You got a couple more cells that are trying to develop behind this. I think, though, with the movement northeast, if you're in Akron, if you're in Canton, you're not likely to see any of this activity, at least not this evening. Overnight, you have a slight chance for an isolated thunder shower, but you can see all of this area here is pretty dry. You don't have any rain out here in Huntsburg or Youngstown or Akron or Canton or Worcester, Mansfield. Mansfield, you're close to a shower or thunderstorm, but it's moving toward the north. All of this is going to move this way, and it looks like it's going to stay west of Interstate 71. Now, tomorrow afternoon, we'll see another cluster of storms like this, but it should be farther to the east. So we still have another shot at rain if you didn't feel like you got enough. But there you have it. These storms here are beginning to fade and pushing north and east. They're over the islands right now. They're getting some heavy weather, but no severe weather. Here's this cell here, a strong thunderstorm pushing up into southern Lorain County. And then you've got this Lorain County tornado warning here that continues for another few minutes. And I'm telling you, this thing can't get offshore soon enough. It really needs to go. It's almost there. So here's where the spin is, and it's going to go up and out to sea. And as soon as it does, we are off the air. As soon as it does, I promise you. I mean, this is, it's got to go up and out. It's got to go up and out. So here's where your spin was, or currently is, right in here. It's got to go up and out. It's got a few more minutes, and then it's out over the lake and we'll be able to sound the all clear. Reflectivity, let's stop this. Boom, got to check it. Again, we lost our little hook. You see a little indentation here, but nothing that worries me. It really doesn't. This doesn't worry me at all. So right in here, got a little spin there, shear. We've lost those brighter red colors there, but again, this is where you would be worried about some sort of potential tornado if there was one right in there. So if we zoom on in, come on. Yeah, sorry, we'll get it in here. We'll get it in here. Now, that's where it would be. It's a little bit farther over here. There's no connection here. There's no couplet. No real couplet. I mean, you could argue there's something in here. This is Gulf Road. This is Burns Road. Everybody in Sheffield, though, I want you in your safe spot. I really do. Sheffield, because the spin is right over you now. If there is something close to the ground or on the ground, it's in Sheffield right now. It's Poplar Street up to Gulf Road into Sheffield. That's where it is. So I want you in your safe spot, please. And velocity, shear, right up in here. So it's shifted a little bit. It's losing steam, shifted toward Burns Road, and no, don't see anything. Don't see anything. That's good. That's good. We don't want to. We don't want to. There's the hook. There's the hook. I mean, this thing is just crazy. I mean, with that tornado warning in the funnel cloud earlier today, and we've been telling, I even told you yesterday in the 5 and the 6 and the 11 that there was a potential for isolated weak tornadoes today. And we had confirmed tornadoes in northern Indiana just across the Ohio line into northern Indiana. Confirmed tornadoes with damage that were on the ground for a long time. Also lower Michigan having reports of tornadoes right now. So we're not that far away from some legitimate tornadic activity. All right? Widen it out, widen it out, widen it out. And back here, whoops, I'm pressing the wrong button to go that way. So back here, you got some storms. You have that storm down, moving up into Wellington. You had a funnel cloud reported here near Oak Harbor. And then back here, you had some tornado-warned storms up in lower Michigan. And here's where you had your tornado confirmed near LaGrange. You had several reports of damage near LaGrange in northern Indiana. Okay, not far from the Ohio line, a couple of counties in. All right? So let's go back. Boom. There it is. Bring it on down. Bring it on over. So some hail, funnel cloud there. No reports of any damage or funnels or tornadoes here, but I want this thing to go out to sea. It really needs to go out to sea very, very quickly. It's almost there. It's almost there. Almost there. Here's where your hook would be now, right in there. You can see it's going to move right up to Avon Lake. So what I'm going to say, Avon Lake and the city of Avon. If you're watching, I want you in your safe spots. I really want you away from those windows. You could at least have some very high winds come blasting through your neighborhood. There's your circulation right there. It's still on the map. It's been on the map for a couple of hours now. It's still there. It weakens, it intensifies. It weakens and intensifies, but it does not totally disappear. And there it is right now. Let's motion this thing. Boom, right there. Watch this thing. There it is. It's moving this way. So it's going to move up toward Avon Lake and city of Avon. It's now moving out of Elyria. So you're all clear in Elyria. Come out of your safe spot. If you're in Elyria, you're okay. Lorraine, you're fine. Even though you're technically in that tornado-warned area, the area of concern is right here, in the middle of the polygon, if you will, right there, sliding north and east this way. Okay? Westlake, you're fine. You're not going to have a tornado. Even though you're in a tornado warning, North Olmsted, you're fine. Rocky River, you're fine. This thing is moving this way, like that. So it's going to, right along the edge here, right along the edge of the Cuyahoga-Lorain County line, right in there is where we're probably going to see this thing cross out to sea, all right? I'll even go closer. I think the Guardians just won, or else we scored another big run. I hear the newsroom clapping. So there's your indentation. This is Case Road, Abbey Road, Stony Ridge Road, Avon Belden Road, Detroit Road, French Creek Road. Everybody If you hear those street names, I want you in your safe spot, please. Okay, safe spot. Any circulation would be right in here, right in there. And a quick scan, It's almost 9 o'clock. It's almost 8:59 p.m., 8:59 p.m. There we go, velocity. Okay, nothing that's jumping out, I'm happy. Nothing that's jumping out, I'm happy. The shear is all over the place now. It's everywhere. We've just got some gusty winds. Okay, just some gusty winds here. This is much better. Avon, but still, you're in the path of this little hook. I think we're okay. I really do. Shear, everything. And this would be where the spin is here. But you've got a lot of other turbulent areas here. But this is the spin we've been tracking now. You can see it's much smaller. It's weaker. Okay, it's good. Correlation coefficient. I want it to be right here, not here, not here. I want to see this here if there's debris to worry about. But it's not. It's not here. Velocity. It'd be somewhere in here. Not seeing any real tight couplet. It's a little red and green there. Now, this is good news. This is really good news. We are so close. It's over Avon. So everybody in Avon and Avon Lake, safe spot. Safe spot, couple more minutes. We're going to sound the all clear, and we're going to go back to our day. Okay? It's been a long hour and a half of me chatting with you. Sorry. It's okay. This is what we're about. This is what it's about. We've had enough tornadoes to know. 70 this year in Ohio. We had our fair share here in northeastern Ohio with damage. We take this seriously. So where's the indentation? It's right in here. This is heavy rain, gusty winds. This is heavy rain and gusty winds. I want to go back out and check on this storm down here because I keep telling you, this is all by itself, and I don't want this thing to get away from us. Come on, there it is. Let's go back in here, see what we got. Okay, nothing nearly as organized as we had before. So we've just got heavy rain, Wellington to Rochester, Pheasant Run, Pittsfield. Nothing severe there. Okay, like that. Great news there. Slide on down. Still a tornado warning until technically 9:15, but I think we're going to be able to sound the all clear very, very shortly. I need that circulation to move farther north and east, and we need it to go out to sea, and it's going to do that. Guardians win, Rob? They were up 6-1 in the 8th. I heard clapping in the newsroom, that's why okay. Right there. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. All right? No reports of any type of severe weather. That would pop up. Let's check our lightning, too. Okay, remember what I said. When storms begin to weaken, the lightning strikes decrease. So let's see what this lightning has been doing here. All right, it's increasing a little bit, but it's increasing on this side, the northern flank, not where the spin is. Not where the spin is. Okay? Listen, here's what we're going to do. One final check. One final check. These things are separating quite a bit. One final check of our analysis, and then we're going to send you all home. Okay? We're going to send you all home. Send you all home. Let's zoom on in. Let's find this thing if it's there. Reflectivity. I would imagine there's something here trying to go. Velocity. Nothing really tight. I'll zoom in a little closer. Whoop. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. Boom. All right, we're going to zoom in a little closer here. Going to go back to reflectivity. There it is. And it would be somewhere in here. Velocity. Nothing that I'm worried about. Storm relative velocity. Nothing that I'm worried about. I like that. Shear. Got a little bit of red here, but that's out of the location. Thank you, Rob.
Take a drink real quick. Wanted to let everybody know if you're worried about Dancing with the Stars right now, we know it's a big night. This is much more important. It will re-air in its entirety, the entire 2 hours, Thursday morning, 2 a.m. Thursday, 2 a.m., Dancing with the Stars. You won't miss a thing. Just wanted to get that.
Set your DVR.
Set your DVR.
Set your DVR. Okay, all right. So here we go. You got a little bit of shear there. Let's see, what else are we going to check? Real fast, real fast, real fast. Okay, folks, I'm convinced here that we do not have a tornado, which is great. And we've got a few more minutes of this storm before it's out over the lake, the area of concern. So what I'm going to say here, I think we're going to be able to sound the all clear on this one. Sound the all clear on this one as it moves north and east. It's going to avoid the city of Cleveland downtown, which is great news. It's almost ready to cross out over the lake and be all done. We'll continue to watch this. And of course, tonight, News 5 at 11 will be on with the latest. If there are any further severe weather warnings, they'll either be on Facebook Live, or if it's a tornado warning, we'll break back into programming. But for now, we're going to sound the all clear here for this tornado warned storm and say, be safe, stay alert, stay connected with us on News 5. Don't forget to follow me, Mark J. Weather, on all the social media platforms. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's relax, go back to regular programming.